And so I can sit and sit and sit, and then it sort of goes away, but I have sort of have a health condition now. So I'm focusing on that too much. It's like, hello, I just kind of want things to stop.
Hmm.
And so I just have to keep with it, plain and
Well,
simple.
yeah, the only thing that I'd offer here, especially when people come into contact with direct pain, whether it's mental or physical or psychological, whatever it is to not avoid it. It's the pushing away or the avoidance of our direct experience that creates suffering. And to the degree we push away is the degree to which we suffer. So don't push away your direct experience, even if it's pain. When pain is here, either psychologically or physically, understand it, directly join it, understand what it's made of. What is it? Like when there's a pain
Right.
here that's just
Yeah.
terrible, go into the middle of it,
Hmm.
accept it fully. And I'm not saying that will completely dissolve the physical pain, but I am saying it will completely dissolve the suffering of the pain. There will be a joining of it. There will no longer be two. There will be one thing. And pain, the idea of pain will even fall away because there's no concept there. Just feel like the energetic vibration of that. And as you join with it, oftentimes what happens is it does dissipate.
Right.
But
And
don't, but I hesitate to give you that because if you're looking for that, then you're no longer really joining it. You're looking for the resolution rather than
yes.
what it is. And so don't look for the resolution of it. Don't push it away. Go into the center of it, the middle of it, until it's no longer even it's no longer a thought, it's no longer a feeling. Drill down further than feeling. Go all the way into it.
Right.
It becomes this sort of oscillation, this vibration, this intensification of energy. And as you just join it, understand that when you're just joining it, you're just the pure awareness of it as it. That
Right.
does allow the dissipation of it. But again,
Right.
don't look for
Right.
that. I'm not giving you
Hmm.
or I'm not trying to give you a miracle cure here. I'm just telling you join it. See what
Join it.
happens for yourself. Go directly into the middle of it and see what happens for yourself.
Right. If yeah, I just trying to keep the mind from identifying or racing towards too much of a conclusion. Like for example, heart rate goes way up, blood pressure's high. All I my my illusion in my face is that my heart's gonna stop, and
Mhm.
then I'm gonna wonder what's next. And so it's kind of like preparation for death is a huge thing for me right now.
Mm.
Kind of thinks of I think to anecdotally, women, which I can never match, women meet preparing for childbirth, and they have it all dialed in. They went to Lamaze, they did the whole breathing, everything's great. And then when it comes down to it, it's like, give me the drugs. It's just too much for them. And so I'm hitting that wall of what's too much, and just, embracing it, and then just trying to be still with it, without, like you said, without pushing it back, but it just keeps coming. It's like I'm rolling downhill. I got rocks following me, and I gotta.
There's a phrase here that's religious, and I know a lot of us are not religious. I'm not very religious myself, but there's a phrase here that is often given that is just true, and this is a concept about it, not necessarily like the words aren't true, but the feeling is that God never gives us more than we can handle. And so the reason I offer that, it's not really like a God gives you something that you can or can't handle, but the energy of that, the essence of that is that there is nothing that you can't handle in your direct experience. You will handle it. It's here. And the more you push away, the more you suffer. and probably the more your heart rate goes up. But that's again just another idea, another thought about it. That's a thought about it. If you have a thought about what's happening, then you're not really joining what's happening. You're not there yet. So go more to the middle of it. Welcome it. Go to the very center. Join it. It already is you. But to the degree to which you're pushing that away, you suffer.
Right. And I think of your I think of your story that you've shared publicly about Jake,
Yeah.
and you kind of had that catharsis or whatever it's labeled. I've had a couple of those like severe breakdown things, and nothing really came of it. I thought I was like leveling up, right? And it's just sort of I'm swimming in the same pond. I haven't like jumped out yet.
Well, you're trying to analyze this in a
Trying
way
too
that
hard.
isn't necessarily helpful. Just
Yes.
understand what you're quote unquote quote given in any moment is exactly what you need. Everything is an invitation to join the intimacy of this present moment. Everything is, whether it's good, bad, suffering, elation, everything is an invitation to join in this present moment directly. In that, things will happen. But again, don't look for that. Just join,
Got it. Thank you.
of course. Yeah, let me know how this goes for you. I have a lot of compassion and sympathy for people that have physical and mental anguish, and I'd like to work with people that have those ailments. I mean, that ultimately is the only reason I'm doing this is to try to alleviate some of the suffering in the world. And this is the solution.
Hello, Chris.
Hi, good
Uh,
to see you, Ava.
so my English is not the best, but I really want to say something because Gary just spoke about pain,
Mm,
and I had 1 year ago a stroke, and I know what pain means, and there was also fear that I cannot go anymore or something else. And uh, when we really, that's what we are, only awareness, we see everything and we see what the fear does, and that is not real.
mm.
And yes, we can be in every fear and watch it, only watch it. And yes, so
Yeah, fear, like suffering, is just a pushing away. If you don't push away your present experience, whether it's pain or suffering or, you know, any other thing, whether it's good, bad, indifferent, if you push it away, there's fear, there's suffering, because
no.
you're trying to evade the present moment, and that is the energy of fear. That creates the energy of fear and suffering.
Yes, that does not mean that the pain will vanish immediately, but uh, you will forget it because then comes another phase. Uh, and when you look after 5 minutes, there is no pain and nothing.
Right. Physical pain is an invitation. It's an
Yeah,
invitation to the present moment. And
yes,
like you say, if you join it, it's not necessarily that the physical pain will subside, not necessarily, but the mental anguish, which often amplifies the pain through fear and suffering, does vanish.
yes,
And
the
then the pain
mental,
can just be
yes.
dealt with directly.
Mhm.
But you no longer label it pain. If you're labeling it pain in that moment, there's a separation there.
Yes,
There's
I think each word we use is a leveling.
absolutely.
When we didn't have language, there everything would be easier.
I agree. I agree. Yeah, that's kind of why a lot of times, in especially like in the Eastern models, they say that silence is the greatest communicator of this, and it's true. It's true, but not many people are at a subtle enough level to really get that, to really abide as that, and be able to soak in or bask in what's being provided in the silence. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing. Thank you. All my love.